We are supposed to learn something in a special way that just we accustomed to our surroundings. What do we usually learn from the West? Do you have a good opinion of the values of the West? What are the values that India stands for? Let us see what we really have to learn from the West. From the West, especially what we are supposed to learn, that was stressed by Mr. Narayana Murthy. Let me go deep into the lines. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to be here at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management. Lal Bahadur Shastri was a man of strong values and he epitomized simple living. Yes, Lal Bal was one of the greatest leaders, where they made us to learn more about their lives. He was a freedom fighter and innovative administrator who contributed to nation buildings in full measures. It is indeed a matter of pride for me to be chosen for the Lal Bahadur Shastri Award for Public Administration and Management Sciences. I think the jury for this honor. He also occupied the jury, a greatest place by getting this awards, because they are called as nation leaders. When I got the invitation to speak here, I decided to speak on an important topic on which I have pondered for years. Pondering, to look back keenly, pondered, keen observation, keen sight on something like what is supposed to say. Yes, what you want to share, pondering for years. The role of Western values in contemporary Indian society. As the days we are tasting today, already we are in experience of Western culture, is it? Always one who are out of our tradition, we similarize, we say that it's a Western or the Western. Let me learn. Coming from a company that is built on strong values, the topic is close to my heart. Moreover, an organization is representative of society, and some of the lessons that I have learned are applicable in the national context. In fact, values drive progress and define quality of life in the society. Yes, they are given very specificity for values. What the values we are going on? Exactly, we must build up moral values, ethical values, social behavior. If we possess these values, exactly it is called as an Indian man, the traditionalist. Yet, all we may not be good at all these qualities. So, we are very necessary to learn. The word community joins two Latin words, com, together, with, and unus. Community then is both one and many. It is a unified multitude and not a mere group of people. Community. What is this community? Community. See, it may be a trisyllabic word. Community. Unified multitude and not a mere group of people. As it is said in the Vedas, man can live individually but can survive only collectively. For living, we need individual life. But for survival, we need a community, that is together. Yes, is it? Man can live individually, but survival only through collectively. It is possible only in collective. Survival means one is necessary for living. We can live in our rooms, is it? We are living very individual lives, free life. Yet, when we want to survive the livelihood, we need some strength. You want to come in a company with your friend to the mess because of our food. Yes, to come to the classroom we need company. To go to meet any of the person we need a company. See, the livelihood, it is only possible for the collectiveness, that is organization. Individually we can live a lot of life, free life, but when we feel necessity, that is the helper is very necessary, then we depend on the community, collective work. Hence, the challenge is to form a progressive community by balancing the interest of the individual and that of the society. To meet this, we need to develop a value system where people accept modest sacrifices for the common good. The modernist common good. What is the value system? It is the protocol for behavior that enhances the trust, confidence and commitment of members of the community. It enhances trust, confidence and commitment. Trust, confidence and commitment. These are the three needed items for our survival. It is thus our collective survival and progress is predicated on sound values. There are two pillars of the cultural value system: loyalty to family and loyalty to community. One cannot survive without family and the community. So, we have to do our loyalty. Loyalty means judgment. When we are capable to do our justice to our families and communities, one should not be in isolation to the others, because today all the nuclear families, they expected for the isolated family, a single family. They doesn't want grandma or grandparents at home. And some grandparents are so peculiar that they are no need of their children. They want to be very isolated because they want the needs today made them so particular. Successful societies are those which combine both harmoniously. That is possible, and this is also possible. Isolated families are there and isolated grandparents are there. All are acceptable because of to live the harmonious life, a simple life. It is in this context that I will discuss the role of Western values in contemporary Indian society. As we the Indians, we are today going to learn how the Western culture reflects us and what we are supposed to learn from the Western countries. Some of you here might say that most of what I am going to discuss are actually Indian values in old ages and not Western values. Remember, not the Western values, but the old values of we the Indians. I live in the present, not in the Bronze Age area. Bronze Age era, not the previous ages like Old Stone Age or something like, not that about he is speaking prehistoric period. No, presently, what the situation today we are facing about today, Mr. Narayan Murthy, that is Narayan, want to stress. Therefore, I have seen these values practiced primarily in the West and not in India. Hence, the title of the topic. See, this was observed only in the Western. So, he is focusing his attention towards the Western people. I am happy as long as we practice these values, whether we call it Western or old Indian values. As an Indian, I am proud to be part of culture which has deep-rooted family values. We, the traditional backgrounds, we have deep-rooted family values. How we are having? We have tremendous loyalty to the family. We love and we give respect, honor towards our elders, teachers, is it? What not? All the things we are repeating. We give priority for the families. For instance, parents make enormous sacrifices for their children. Yes, it's true. Parents must make sacrifices for the sake of their children. Then only the children accept their sacrifices to survive. They support them until they can stand on their own feet. See the wording here. Until we stand our own feet, parents has to sacrifice. On the other side, children consider it their duty to take care of the aged parents. When that line is possible, the next line is also possible when the parents sacrifice for their children. Children to have their own responsibility that they wish to take care of their parents at the old age. We believe Matru Devo Bhava, mother is God, and Pitru Devo Bhava, father is God. Further, brother and sister sacrifice for each other. Have you observed this? We have our own experience. Always sister says that it must belongs to brother, and brother always teaches the sister to take honor of her. Is it? In fact, the eldest brother or sister is respected by all the other siblings. Siblings. You underline that word siblings. What is this sibling? Brother and sister, or two sisters, elder brother, elder sister, children of a parent, siblings. Yes. In fact, the eldest brother and sister is respected by all the other siblings. As for marriages, it is held to be a sacred union. Coming to the matter of the marriages, we say that it is a holy one, sacred. Husband and wife are bonded, most often for a life. In joint families, the entire family works towards the welfare of the family. There is so much love and affection in our family life. So, we all are experiencing these lines. If the family is big, all together they used to go for the works and they used to discharge their daily duties. After coming to the homes, they feel very relaxed and they want to spend their life with their families. Is it? All we are enjoying this today, experiencing too. This is the essence of Indian values and one of our key strengths. Our families acts as a critical support mechanism for us. In fact, the credit to the success of Infosys goes as much to the founders of their families. Today, the company Infosys is in this standard because of the family, the strong family beside the curtain. The success depends upon the family, the individually, and the teamwork, what the family support. Unless support, one can get success easily. For supporting them through the tough times, unfortunately, our attitude towards family life is not reflected in our attitude towards community behavior. From littering the streets to corruption to breaking of contractual obligations, we are apathetic to the common good. In the West, the US, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, individuals understand that they have to be responsible towards their community. All the countries which are specified here, they too want to look after their responsibilities, like what we following today. The primary difference between the West and us is that their people have a much better societal orientation. Societal orientation. When compared to we to the other, the Westerns, they have a special attraction called social orientation. Orientation, the program which were in a process. And for example, I am saying, as we complete our 10th class, we cut off all our 10th class friends. And we want to make a new friends in the junior college. Now, if in any occasion, if we meet our 10th class friend, what we think, where I have saw her, where I might have meet her. You forget about the past. Why? Because your mind is not accepting the old one. That is what the era he described. The old age people. Old you won't accept. The present you need, and the future will be in your friend. So you won't accept for the old age peoples, the old ones. That depend upon the mindset. Okay. The primary difference between they care more for the society than we do. Further, they generally sacrifice more for the society than us. When compared to we the people, they care more. Then quality of life is enhanced because of this. This is where we need to learn from the West. They give the priority for the society, where they are very interested in making the society in a standard way. So they neglect their families there, and they used to grow more interest in improving the society and the livelihood of the society people. So they sacrifices themselves to give the pleasure for the organizations or orientations, whatnot. Corruption. So we are supposed to learn here. We the selfish people, we always give priority to the family. Giving priority to the family is not bad, of course. We have to do. Yet it is wrong that we are culprating and prioritizing our families. It's wrong. So there must be limit. What we are supposed to do, we have to do, and what not to do, they must be neglected. Even we are too much affectionated towards ourselves to have the selfish. That is the way why our right from the forefathers it is repeated, so called selfishness. That's because of that selfishness we have this so called bad tradition, which we are supposed to give up that selfishness. The primary the generally sacrifices more for the society than us. Quality of life is enhanced because of this. This is where we need to learn from the West. So that we are supposed to learn from the Western side. I will talk about some of the lessons that we Indians can learn from the West. Still more you want to give in a sufficient way to follow what to learn from the West. It is not enough, no? Getting values, not to be in a selfishness, all these are boring topics. Yet today, again he want to realize we the students to follow this. See the priority how to give. In the West, there is a respect for public good. For instance, public goods, they are respectable. For instance, parks free of litter, clean streets, public toilets free of graffiti. We the people, we think that it is our property to damage it. Park. So we must damage the park cradles or something like sliders. Where we go to the park, exactly, we make a sort of dustbin there. Isn't it? Coming to the West, they are different. Graffiti, that is, we write on the walls, is it? See how the walls are disturbed here by writings. All the misdoings, mischievous things that must not be done. Corruption, as we see in India, is another example of putting the interest of oneself. Corruption. Madam Chappadandi. At the best, that one family above that of the society. Of course, we the people, we corrupt for our family purpose. Society is relatively corruption free in the West. Of course, in the West there is no more corruption. How can we say this? See, it is very difficult to bribe a police officer into avoiding a speeding ticket. There, any of our police never wish to take a bribe. Bribe means amount, the cash. They neglect. This is because of the individual responsible behavior towards the community as a whole. On the contrary, in India, it is quite opposite, isn't it? We won't have license and expect giving money and going away. That we prefer. Corruption, tax evasion, cheating and bribery have eaten into our vitals. See, those are the growth manuals for we the people, giving money and making our work easy, made easy like that. That is nothing but bribe we are encouraging, we are corrupted in that channel. What you need is work to be completed. How we are completing it is the secondary product. But West, they feel very responsible and they never bribe or corrupt. See, like this we have to behave. For instance, contractors bribes officials and contract low quality made and quality roads and bridges. The result is that society loses in the form of standard defense equipment and infrastructure and low equality requirements, just to name a few impediments. See, today all the bridges they construct but they collapse easily because there is no quality in the cement nor the brick, and even they want to take those also. So immediately the bridges are collapsing. They feel that they are not responsible for that. Just the doing duty is their responsibility, and so that is as if their right to theft. They are imagining. We the Indians have such a lightweight responsibility. Thefting is our right. that we expect. So all the engineering departments today all are becoming corrupt. Being the elder persons, they are doing what the boy can do. Is it? All the workers, they do want to take away all they are in need. Like this, all the way we are corrupted. Corruption makes us to damage our values. So we are in the down values. Coming to the, like this, if we learn, we are supposed to learn from anything. Apathy in solving community matters has held us back in the progress. See, feeling sympathy, it may not be progress, but all the crimes what we are doing so that we can't progress in our activities. We Indians would do well to remember Thomas Hunter's words. Idleness travels very slowly and poverty soon overtakes it. This is the quotation. You underline that. Idleness travels very slowly and poverty soon overtakes it. When we are in idle, sitting idly without doing any work, poverty will come and overtakes us. Yes, this is the main word given by Hunter. What could be the reason for all this? We are ruled by foreigners for over 1,000 years. Thus, we have always believed that public issues belong to some foreign rulers and that we have no role in solving them. Moreover, we have lost the will to proactively solve our own problems. Thus, we have got used to just executing someone else's orders. Browning Aristotle words, we are what we repeatedly do. Thus, having done this over the years, the decision makers in our society are not trained for solving problems. Our decision makers look to somebody else to take the decisions. Unfortunately, there is nobody to look up to, and this is the tragedy. This is the way we are still in the backwardness. The decision makers want to throw their views on others, that is superiors, and they won't give the clarity because that is not their own duty. Like this, somebody and nobody, everybody, all together, the four common friends think that anybody can discharge somebody's duty, and everybody thinking like that, nobody has done the work. That is the result today what we are tasting. All the values why we are made collapsed is because of this. Nobody is responsible for their own duties. Like this, if we neglect, how can we be the moral for others? And how can we withstand with our values? So, we are very necessary to learn from each and every corner. Another interesting attribute which we Indians can learn from the West is there is accountability. Irrespective of your position in the West, you are held accountable for what you do. However, in India, the more important you are, the less answerable you are. See the fate today we are facing. Being the superior, what we used to think is, I must answer for some of the person. No, not yet. Today it is not happening that our superior think that I am the superior and no to answer for any other subordinates. No, yes, correct it is. There is no reason for answering for the subordinate, yet superior must be in a superb status that he must not be answerable. Superior doesn't discharge his duties. And where is the question for the subordinate to survive? Yes, it is. So, we must have our own accountability. Senior politicians once declared that he forgot to file his tax returns for 10 consecutive years and he got away with it. See the fate. One of the politicians said that 10 years, how can one can forget the tax paying? Of course, you may be busy at his schedule and being a politician, he may be. No, how can one forget for the progressive 10 years? It's a crime, is it? To quote another instant, there are over 100 laws making public sector units in India. Nevertheless, I have not seen action taken for a bad performance against top managers in these organizations. See how bad they perform, no action. Why? Because they are in a high status, the superiors. So nobody is to make them hang to death. If in case we are the superiors, we are supposed to do that. Dignity of labor is an integral part of the Western values. So, of course, we must not think that I belong to this cadre and I am discharging only this duty. No, it's wrong. Always when the work comes into our hands, we are just supposed to do the justice. It must be our attitude. Coming to the last but one paragraph, further we Indians do not display intellectual honesty. Be the honest person. For example, our political leaders use mobile phones to tell journalists on the other side that they do not believe in technology. See, calling the journalist and saying that they won't believe in technology, yet it is the work done only through technological phone call. See, this is our situation. If we want our youngest to progress, such hypocrisy must be stopped. The generations must get into success when that is in a progress. Of course, if we stop such type of hypocrisies, saying false statements and utilizing the usages from the correspondings. We are all aware of our rights as citizens. Nevertheless, we often fail to acknowledge the duty that accompanies every right. To borrow Dwight Ensures words, people that value its privileges above its principles soon lose both. Our duty is towards the community as a whole as much as it is towards our families. See, as we are giving priority to the families, similarly we must prioritize even the community. Community and the family must be balanced in the same equal ratio. Yet my mother is different and your mother is no. All the mothers are the same, giving birth to their own childs, and their child is very beautiful to their mothers. One can't compare. Similarly, we must also give the priority to the community. We have to remember that fundamental social problems grow out of a lack of commitment to the common good. To quote Henry Beecher want to say something. Culture is that which helps us to work for the betterment of all. The culture, tradition, what we are giving stress towards such words are nothing but the betterment. It must give the better progress for all the survivals. Hence, friends, I do believe that we can make our society even better by assimilating these Western values into our own culture. We will be stronger for it. Most of our behavior comes from greed, lack of self-confidence. See the grievances, the drawbacks. Why it occurs is because of lack of self-confidence in the nation and lack of respect for the society. We won't even respect our elders. In some common areas, if we observe, they won't treat elders as and they won't respect because they never say the pledge. See, if they say the pledge daily, they used to follow it. then only it can occupy our minds. To borrow Gandhiji's words, there is enough in the world for everyone's need. What we need, we can find in the society, but not enough for everyone's greed. See, for greed, for the bad, we can't get anything. Let us work towards a society where we would do unto others what we would have others do unto us. Let us all responsible citizens who make our country a great place to live. In the words of Churchill, responsibility is the price of greatness. You underline this word. Responsibility is the price of greatness. What we are never paid, but the price here we gained. That is being responsible. We have to extend our family values beyond the boundaries of our home. Beyond the boundaries, if we are extending our families, then it will be good enough. At the final, he wants to stress one more word. Let us work towards maximum welfare of the maximum people, for all. Let we live for all and for all we. That is Samasta Jananam Sukhino Bhavantu. Thus, let us, people of this generation, conduct ourselves as a great citizen rather than just good people, so that we can serve as good example for our younger generations. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. This must be our logo, and let the generations progress with the good values. Thank you.